So the first thing I'm gonna ask from you is to hold your phone within your hands and to close your eyes for a moment so that we can pause and silence the outside for a while and be ready to start our reading. Now I would like you to reflect on your phone, not only as an object that is with you at all times, when you wake up, when you go to sleep, when you receive good news or bad news, but it's also something that it's infused with your energy and information about you, who you are, who your friends are, where you are geographically, what you buy, what you desire, where you're going. And based on all of this information, it produces predictions for you that direct you towards certain futures. So today we're going to try to look into these predictions and try to give it a new meaning for yourself and take back what your future should look like. Would you like to ask a certain specific question, or would you like to have a more state of affairs reading, which could be a past, present, future spread, for example?
Let's go with the state of affair.
Okay. So for the past, present, and future spread, we're going to use these three positions. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to ask you to first place the phone here in the past. And before you do that, I will ask you to choose one platform in your phone or space in your phone that produces predictions. This means either Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, but also your predictive keyboard from your phone, from your text messages or from your emails that suggest you words. It could be your For You page from YouTube or from TikTok. So whatever you think could represent your past better, we can try to look into it and start.
Okay. So I think I will choose YouTube for my past.
Okay. So you can place it here. And you can open the platform.
Yes.
And on top there should be these buttons that you can scroll past until you find the For You page.
Let's see what's happening. Okay, then it's an advertisement for musical, like theater, musical dance. La bellezza di essere divini che danzano. The beauty of divine entities who dance. This very epic performance seems. Okay, now there is a more historical images about the Chinese Empire with.
So it's a celebration.
Yes, but at the same time, probably exactly it's a way to relive some historical identity.
Mm-hmm. So it's a classical Chinese ballet, basically,
yes.
Celebrating a very long tradition, thousands of years of tradition, and the title is The Beauty of Divine Beings That Dance.
Exactly.
Could be something specific that happened in your past, maybe an actual event, or it could be a more general theme that you could connect to your past and that brought you to where you are now. So how do you connect this, for example, to your past?
It reminds me of my more a musical background, where I used to play in orchestras, but at the same time at school as well. I was following a choir, so there is this collective dimension of an artistic practice. Music, classic music for sure, but even theater.
Would you say this is something you left in your past, or that you brought in your present into another form? I mean, we're gonna look into it now.
No, I think it's something that for a while I left back, and I am trying through balancing my life to bring back. Like, for example, my music self, something that I left behind for a few years, and now I'm trying to slowly reconnect with that part of me.
So we're gonna move on to the position of the present, so here, and I'm gonna ask you to either stay on the same platform if you wish, or we can move on to another platform, one that you think could represent your present better.
Let's go on Instagram then.
Okay, so from here, I'm going to ask you to refresh once. Okay. And then to scroll down until you find the first either sponsored or suggested post. Okay. So can you tell me what the description says and what is happening in the image?
So, advertisement from A Better Mistake. The brand already speaks. ABM archive sale. Free and fast worldwide shipping, made in Italy, designed for all alternative identities. Discover more at bettermistake.com. Wow, this is, sounds like the conversation we were having is echoing here. We were speaking about tradition and identity.
And here is alternative identities.
Yeah. So the creation of a new identity that built from the past, but of course I see even like more let's say more confidence, maybe more aggressive tone, the ambition to dare, to show off.
What is this alternative identity opposed to your past identity?
Well, it's probably even more self-centered, like less relying on maybe a community. That maybe doesn't mean at the same time that there is no community, but there is the ambition maybe to be independent and be able to be strong alone.
So what is this better mistake? Do you think that coming from this and transforming into this other version of you was a mistake for the better in this sense?
Of course, I had to compromise a lot from my past because I had very different expectations for my future, so my present. From certain point of view, yes, maybe this present is a better mistake in the sense that I left behind something, and what I achieve or what I have now, it's something that I learned, like I love as well, like just very different from what I could imagine. So yeah, from a certain extent we can speak about a better mistake.
We're gonna move on to the next position, which is the position of the future. You can place your phone here, and you can choose to stay in the same platform or try a different one.
I would like to try the predictive keyboard. Where should I go?
So we can look in the predictive keyboard anywhere you type, basically in your phone. I usually suggest to open the Notes app or either like a WhatsApp chat that you have with yourself.
Let's go Then on the nose. Interesting. So, the future of the mother, of marriage, or whose marriage, I like the first part of yesterday morning.
So the position of the future will never tell you what it is going to happen, but more give you a tool or a method to construct it or see it in a different way. So we see this as a linear path in which what happened in the past brought you to this present condition and to a new version of yourself, sort of. And then looking at the future, we see how you can change the way you imagine it or change the way you construct it from where you are now. For you, what does it symbolize? Is the marriage of your mother and liking the first part of it, for example, but also yesterday morning, what happened?
Well, yesterday morning I dreamt of my mother, so
Okay.
after a long time. Well, I tend to relate to this future of my mother, since she's not here anymore, and I always try to imagine that she's still doing her own things, and that now she's free to do whatever she wants to do.
Identity is always a sort of something that we looked in both the past and the present, in which there was a certain traditional, stable identity, then the look for an alternative one. And how could you see this as a method to construct your identity in a new way, or how you envision your future from this point of view?
Well, this marriage is very interesting that is there, because I really don't believe in marriage, especially looking at the marriage of my parents. So that could be advice to, I don't know, maybe not going there or not going towards certain kind of relationships.
So since she's not here anymore, and you cannot really touch or see or know what she became, which also reminds me of the divine beings, no?
Yeah.
Like something ineffable.
Sometimes when I think, of course, of the future of my mother right now, what she's having, what she will have, it's really about the possibility to explore things with freedom. So maybe this is a bit the key.
Do you think you could learn from this also for your own freedom? Seeing this path as something that it's not only looking for a sort of greater purpose for you and your own identity and what to explore, but also the lessons you can learn from your mother from this point of view?
No, definitely, absolutely. Actually, I think she already set my life and the life of my siblings in this way, and now it's time to really absorb and process this lesson. I think it's already happening. It's maybe a reminder coming from
Yes.
from her right now. Maybe
Yes.
she wanted to be involved in this.